You're going to kind of find out who the manipulators are. You're going to find out who the power players are. You're going to find out who the E.F. Hutton is. You're going to find out who the guy that get the job done, the guy that even though you replace him, he left, people are still talking to the guy because maybe they want you to fail, so they're still, all this stuff that happens, right?
100%.
When you went in, day one, you're a president. How did you decipher between knowing who were really the power players, who were the manipulators, who were the ones that would threaten you behind closed doors? How did you go through that process when you first got in?
So my problem was I was in Washington. They say, the fake news said this, but let's assume it's true for a change. 17 times. I was there 17 times. I never stayed over. So I was not a Washington person. I didn't know people in Washington.
When you became president?
When I became president.
Right.
In other words, I ran for president. I was only in Washington 17 times. And most of it was I was building a hotel, a beautiful hotel that I sold. It's now the Waldorf Astoria. And I did a great job, sold it, made some money. And it was great. But that was most of the time. I was only there, think of it.
Beautiful.
I was only there, that's it, right? Yeah. That's a beautiful job in a great location. Maybe I shouldn't have sold it.
You are funny.
No, I'm looking at it. I'm saying,
that is a beautiful property.
No, I did a great job with it. My whole family did. Ivanka and Don and everybody, and Eric. Eric did a fantastic job. But anyway, I built that. But
17 days? I didn't know that.
17 days total. Never stayed over. Okay, but that's what they say. But it's about right. In other words, I wasn't a Washington person. So all of a sudden, I'm president. I land on Air Force One. You never saw so many motorcycles and cars and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Military marching. Everybody's marching. I said to my wife, and we're going down Pennsylvania Avenue, and we're in the back of the Beast, the world's longest army tank, right? And we're in the back of the Beast. And I look to the left, and there's the building. And we're going the opposite direction of the roads. The roads are closed. On that day, you could have gone any way you want. So we're going, and I say, look, there's the hotel, and there's the White House. A couple of blocks further is the White House. I say, did you ever see anything so incredible? This is surreal. I have the brand new hotel, and I have the White House, and I'm president. But here's the bad part. I didn't know anybody in Washington other than some politicians. And I knew them because I was a contributor, not because I was a politician. Because I had only done this a few months, I ran.
But you're in the business of reading bullshit. You're in the business of reading like manipulators.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people. So what happens is I had to rely on people for advice. And largely I got it right. Don't forget, you only hear about like stupid people like a Bolton, or I don't want to mention even Barr because he endorsed me the other day. You saw that. Endorsed me strongly. I was impressed by that. But I put people in there who I made mistakes. But I got it mostly right. Great trade people. I had great trade.
That's not the question I'm asking, if I may. Here's what I'm asking. I'm not even asking about, hey, why would you hire these guys, the swamp? No. And that question's already been addressed. I'm not interested in that question. The question I'm asking is, you're in a new space. Who were really the powerful people? Was it the director of CIA? Was it FBI? Was it the big pharma? Was it military-industrial complex guys that are General Dynamics? Yeah. Who were the people that are like, I got you. I never thought you had power. Who actually has power?
The most powerful person by far, the president. Power over everybody. Power. The power is enormous.
Most people don't believe that.
It is. But there is a sort of a deep state. And a lot of that's people that have been there. And then there's some bad guys, there's some bad people. Then there's a radical left, which I think are more dangerous in many ways than the other countries. I really do. Guys like Shifty Adam Schiff and other people, they're bad people. They're sort of sick people, not stupid people either, by the way. Smart people.
Sure.
But they're vicious, but they're very bad for our country.
Is Adam Schiff powerful?
Can you imagine? Well, he made up the Russia hoax. He and Hillary.
What I'm saying is, who is their boss? Who calls them and say, you better or else?
I think it's an amorphous group. It's a group. It's not one person. It's an amorphous group of lunatics. And when they come together, they're pretty bad. But let me just say this. The president has the absolute, if the president is, now Biden doesn't know he's alive, so I don't think I really believe they used him as a vessel, like a vessel in the night. And I really believe that. She's a little bit more dangerous because she's basically a Marxist, like her father. Her father's a Marxist. You know what I don't understand? Why has the father not been interviewed? I mean, nobody talks about that. If that were a Republican situation, the father would be all over the place. Where's the father? I haven't seen one article where they're looking for the father. So the father is a Marxist professor of economics, which is an interesting thing. Marxist and economics don't go together. Right?
You know what's the one thing? Everybody says, what's your favorite 4 years of Trump or 4 years of Obama? All these guys that you look at moments, right? My favorite moment of you being a president is this moment here. This is what I love the most. It was a first time where a president is running a vlog-style administration where, Rob, if you can play this clip, this is you're talking about building the wall, shutting down the government, and you put the camera on their face. I think you did this once also with Kissinger, which I don't know if that was a power play intentional or not. I thought it was. Play this clip, Rob.
None of us have said.
You want to know something?
You've said it.
Okay, you want to put that on my...
You said it.
I'll take it.
Okay, good.
You know what I'll say? Yes. If we don't get what we want, one way or the other, whether it's through you, through a military, through anything you want to call, I will shut down the government.
Okay,
absolutely.
fair enough.
And I am
disagree.
proud, and I'll tell you what, I am proud to shut down the government for border security, Chuck, because the people of this country don't want criminals and people that have lots of problems and drugs pouring into our country. So I will take the mantle.
You can
I will
that,
be
Rob.
the one.
You know what did this to me?
By the way, how right was I? And now... And I had the strongest border we ever had, and I used soldiers from Mexico and every other thing you got to for nothing, zero cost. I had the strongest border, but look at that guy. Look, they're all threats to our nation. He and his group, after I was gone, opened up the border, and our country has been poisoned, okay? Poisoned. We have killers, we have murderers, we have the drug lords, we have everything. We have terrorists at numbers. Do you know in 2019, a report was done that not one terrorist was allowed in. Now, I think it's probably wrong because it's, I want to take credit for it. It was my year.
Have you seen